Osama and Ms. Shahira and Ms. Dalia. We started our project, the panel project, titled STEM. Shira, yes. Sorry. STEM Blended Learning Class SBLC. This is the title of the report. First, Ms. Mushira will discuss the schedule of the class, and then discuss the strategies used in the classroom. This is a blended learning, so it's mixed between the offline and online learning. And then Ms. Dalia will discuss the discipline issues, and then I will discuss the physical environment of the class, and the last, the teachers who involved in the class, I will be trained and developed. You can start, Ms. Mushira.
Thank you, Mr. Osama. Schedule for STEM classroom, they are teenagers, most of them, and the starter of the week, they receive an email with the name of group member. That's how it looks like. Each subject has its own project. All groups have to present it on final day, on Thursday, as you see in the schedule. Mr. Osama, please move it. As you see in the schedule, we keen to educate our students art and VR and theater activities and musical activities. They have a discussion time, this time between students to prepare their project, and work group time, it's time to group member and to finish the project with their teacher, and they have ability to do it online. Field trip, because they are teenagers and grown-ups, they can finish some researching or buying something, or maybe go to college professor or public library, or maybe doing a meeting online with other students and teachers in other schools. Also, we give them a break time and then lunch time, and all time available to go to lab and have a discussion. This about the schedule. This is schedule designed according to strategies we use in classroom. Strategies, actually, we divide it in two main groups: online and offline strategies. Online strategies, online and offline. At the beginning, we took an offline and online. All are considered by social cognitive theory. It's we focusing on preparing people to solve a problem. Learning need a significant based knowledge up into their interrupters and creates their idea. For that, we give a 6 strategies to differentiated instruction. First, by brief, choose a board the activity to give students option as to what activity to complete to meet class requirements. Also, we care that this activity designed according to multi-intelligence theory. We like to take care about this too. 2, learning menu where students have opportunity to choose what tasks and homework for menu on the menu they would like to complete. These tasks and homework has to be unique and related to the project only. 3rd, activity, all students are working in the same activity but different in the ability level. They have low one and medium and high. Adjusting question, it's effective strategy to use to adjust the question to help students. This is strategy blending on Bloom taxonomy to development many questions beginning from base level to higher one. Flexible group, I'm one of teacher using, I like to, it's a so effective method, differentiating between all the students, collecting different students with maybe similar style of learning or different, and it's good, very good to make communication skills and to their empower their learning styles. JASCO is a cooperative learning strategy. It's another effective method. It's based on cognitism theory. It's about small groups from 3 to 5. Each student have one assignment to learn, and this assignment to learn he have to transport it to other groups. For online strategies, we like to give a general tips at beginning. We like to take from teacher, take classroom virtual by patient, beginning with a small activities and until students and you feeling comfortable. And also we advise teacher to do a test running activity and prepare their activity before the classroom session. For this strategy, we like to talk about polling. Polling is a quick answer for one question or statement, but it's one of maybe on Zoom, and they have determined time to answer on it. Number two, think, bear, share. It's activity of learning strategy involved posting a short problem or maybe question. Students have time to think in the answer and bearing and between two of them to discuss the discussion and then sharing their answer to all of them. And also it's available to Zoom and on Teams. Minute paper, short strategy, individual, 1 complete minute or maximum 5 minutes to respond a given problem or answer. It's done individually by each student. Number 4 and the final one is small group discussion. We divided the students in a small group discussion to talk to each other and to representing their resulting to the rest of the group. That's about discussion, the strategy we use. Return to you, Mr. Osama. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mushira, for your efforts and your discussion. Now, I think Ms. Dalia will start the disciplinary issues inside the class. Ms. Dalia, start now. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Osama. Thanks, Ms. Mushira. We are going to discuss disciplinary issues inside the class, as you say, Mr. Osama and Ms. Mushira. We have classroom rules and offline and online discipline. As for classroom rules, you must view as teachers these rules are easy to understand and manageable. You make sure that you don't have such a large number of rules that your students can't consistently follow. First of them, to be proactive with discipline problems. So you can watch your students as they come into class and look for signs of discord. For example, if you notice heated discussion before class starts, deal with it. Then give students a few moments to work things out before you start your lesson. The second, inside the classroom, be firm but fair. Fairness, but there is consistency are essential for effective classroom management. So if you ignore disruptions one day and come down hard on the other day, your students won't take you seriously. Okay. The third one, inside the classroom, prioritize safety. When a student becomes visibly agitated, you must maintain a safe environment for the other students. Remain as calm as possible. You should have a plan for dealing with violence that you discussed with students early in the year. As for online class discipline ideas, online learning does have its unique advantages. Biggest one being flexibility that it offers. Students can study whenever and wherever they want to and can adjust their study schedules around existing responsibilities and commitments. However, if you aren't well prepared, online education can present some unique challenges too. One of the biggest challenges is to maintain discipline. To make the most of an online learning environment, students must work on their self-discipline. They need to reduce the possibility of distractions and to be able to manage the time effectively. Here are some ways online students can become self-motivated learners and make the most of the online learning environment. First of all, try to follow a routine, just like traditional classrooms. Exactly, have timetables that are added to in order to make the most of online learning environment. have timetables, as I said. This will bring about the disciplines it's needed to sit down at a designated time each day and learn. Sometimes you may even need to tell your siblings and others inside the class, siblings in the house, sorry, that you are studying and wouldn't like to be distributed. The second, eliminate distractions. From social media to friends requesting you to join online for a quick game, you will face many distractions that can easily disrupt your studies. The striving learners know how to lessen these distractions, the striving learners only, and set aside time to focus. Set up a workplace separate from distractions such as the phone or TV, and then reward yourself with those things after you have done it with what you need of all these media. The third is to set goals, set short-term and long-term goals, and allow yourself to celebrate on completion of those goals. When you complete each goal, reward yourself by rewarding yourself with your favorite dessert or taking a short break to listen to your favorite song. The fourth is to enjoy the flexibility. Just as self-discipline is a key to effective learning in an online environment, the importance of enjoying the flexibility that online learning provides cannot be undermined. You now have the option of attending live classes from your favorite coach or beanbag, so why not? The fifth one is communicate with teachers and fellow students. Don't shy away from using technology. Connect with your friends and teachers online. Most of the online education platforms, such as meditation, offer several ways to connect online. Whether it is answering your friend's question on the question and answer form, ask and answer, or connecting with teachers beyond the classrooms via the Teacher Connect app, you can do it all. Since the students have no face-to-face interaction with their online teachers, active and honest communication is most important. And feel free to use the online forums to share study tips, ask questions, discuss study topics, and declare doubts. Thank you, Mr. Osama, and thank you, Mrs. Mushira.
Thank you, Smith.
Thank you always.
Thank you. Now I speak about or discuss the classroom physical environments in case in offline or face-to-face. The first is arranging space. The physical layout reflects the teaching style. The second, desk placement. Arranging room so that you can make eye contact with every student and reach each student with ease. You have to arrange desks in shape of U shape or in groups. The tables will be surrounding like big or large table. So they are working in groups. You can change the shape of or the desk placement according to the activity or the lecture or the discussing which you will prepare. And the third one in this environment, physical environment of the class, is the environmental references. The temperature, you can control the temperature so air condition or using closing or opening the windows. Also the lighting, if you would like to increase the lighting from the windows or turn off the lamps or turn on the lamps. And you could control the noise level if you this can control by engaging the students and let them concentrating in the activities by preparing the activities very well, so they are engaged very well and concentrating in the learning and the activity. Here is a classroom which we are estimated to design it. Here is the monitor or the smart board or the scroll board, or the classroom may contain more than one type of boards. Maybe contain smart board, monitor, and scroll board, and whiteboard original. The clock here is very important. it's very important to follow the time in your lesson plan. So each class should contain a clock. This is very important. Also, the posters. The posters prepared by the teachers and the posters or the papers, which of the activities of the students. You have to prepare some area in the wall to raise it, these posters, and change it monthly or weekly. Also here there is decoration, the flowers, and this is very good and funny. Let the classroom funny and interesting for studying and learning of the students. Here is also the colors, the blue colors, and the table is very funny or interesting. All things in this class is enjoying and funny and tend to enhance education and learning process. Here is the classroom environment. This is diagram. First, arranging student desks. Student desks, you have to arrange the density, issue of density of the students. The action zone, or this is the area which you will move, and presenting students will move, present to the other classmates. So you have to arrange this space. Also, the teacher proximity, the traffic patterns, the teacher's desk. Your desk is very important to be arranged well, because your tools, your papers for the activities will be arranged, because you are moving from one activity to the other using these tools in your desk. The computer, you are opening the videos, preparing the presentations, preparing the lesson plan, all in your computer, which is in your desk. The presenter which you will use, the colors or the markers which you will use, all things are the mic if you will use mic, the camera if you will your mobile phone to take pictures, and while students are doing their activities. Also, the teacher movement. Your movement in the classroom, you have to prepare it well. You are moving surrounding the students to encourage them, to monitoring them in different activities, to ask them some questions and to reply to the questions. You are joining from one group to other group, or moving from one group to other group. Activity boundaries, you have to prepare for the boundaries in the activity in the group, between groups, so they are safe, don't touch themselves, or if they are mixed or different boys and girls. Arranging students desk, we tell about this. Here is the blended classroom environment. We have two colors here. This is the oily color or petroleum color, and the gray color. The gray color is, this is the classical classroom. It's here physical classroom. We have here the formal. You show the mouse. My mouse. You show it. My mouse.
Yes, hello? It's clear, Mr. Osama. Yes.
Yes. The formal physical space, here classroom, already all the classroom. Here is, you have to give attention to the physical social spaces. What's the meaning of social space? When some student deal with another one, there is this is distance, social distance. You have to prepare this. Also, the physical transition spaces. Students will transit or move during the move, the activities. During the activity time, you have to arrange also this space. The physical small group workspace. Each group will be in a table or a big table. You have to arrange this space. Another space which is physical private space. This is special for the student itself. You have take care or give attention to all these spaces. This will be calculated from the density of the students. Another space is in the visual. In the visual space, you have to give visual space for every one in your visual. Give him a time to speak, a time to give you a question. Okay, this is the visual virtual spatial space. Another virtual it's called virtual public communication space. How to arrange this? You can design activity in virtual meeting in blended learning. You can divide all the class into small groups, and each group will go in a separate room in Zoom. So they are talking together in some problem or in a brainstorm. So if I have a class of 20 students, I can arrange them in 6 or 5 groups, and I give him question and then give back and pull or do anything activity to answer these questions while they are making their brainstorm in their separate rooms. The last virtual private space, which is a virtual private, this is by email. I can contact, and everyone can contact me through email. This is private space. Also, there is the 7 Bs. You can take short screenshot for these 7 Bs. Be visible. Be يعني شغل الكاميرا بتاعتك. Be accessible. Be clear. Be personable. Care about each person. Be outcome focused. Focus on the outcome of the lesson, not how, but why and what. This is very important. Be flexible. Be positive. And now, how teachers working in the classroom will be trained and will be developed. In STEM schools, we have a capstone project, which is the intersection between all subjects. It's very important to know about how they prepare their capstone, and the EDB process, which consists of 6 steps, have to be trained about this, because every term we have a capstone, we have relate all our subjects or topics to this capstone while we are discussing our learning outcome. Every learning outcome we have to get something in relationship to the capstone who are working, which are working with the students. Teachers should be prepared to work in collaborative environment, teamwork environment, capstone, as I said, EDB, engineering design process, BLC, professional learning community. They have to meet every week in a session to deal and to transmit their experience and learn together. STEM blended learning, online and offline, which is nowadays we have a blended learning. This is new. We have to be trained in Zoom sessions and transmit experience among us. We have to prepare, learn how to prepare lesson plans, to work under COS, which is COS, which is a classroom observation system. That means when I am teaching, there are the manager or the principal are attending the class, and I am teaching already, and get the reflection of the manager. Evaluating the students' application software like Barlow Tracker, I have to be trained to some application for evaluating through it. Creating MCQ multiple choice questions, trained about pedagogies. I hope all this you benefit from these slides. Thank you for Ms. Mushira and for Ms. Dalia, and thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Osama. Thank you everyone for hearing us.
يلا كلنا نعمل نفتح المايك ونسقف.
Thank you.
يلا كلنا نفتح المايك. any feedback ممكن توقف الشير يا أسامة؟
اوكي.
any feedback؟
أنا عايزة أقول حاجة بس نوت صغير. احنا لما جينا عملنا بريزنتنج رحنا عملنا الأول سيرشنج على الويب سايت اللي ممكن تبقى the top presenting in 2020. فاحنا لقينا الويب سايت ده كان أول مرة يوزد، بس واو يعني لقينا فيه إمكانيات حلوة، ويعني أعتقد إن احنا كل ما هنقعد فيه نشتغل هنلاقي حاجات حلوة جدا. بس بجد اكتشاف الموقع ده.
طب ابعتيه لنا يا مشير.
ظريف. احنا ممكن اطلب طلب تاني. عناية حاضر. ممكن اطلب طلب تاني من شيرين. احنا عموما كلنا جمعنا ماتيريال وماده علميه كبيره جدا. فالماده دي احنا ممكن ان احنا نتبادلها. عملنا احنا بالنسبه لنا عاملين مانيوال بوك، وده مجرد بس يعني حاجه كده بسيطه، اللي هو الهيدلاينز البسيط قليل كمان منه. فاحنا عايزين نعمل تبادل ما بين مش بس البرزنتنج والماده العلميه ما بيننا وبين بعض. هل ده متاح ان احنا نتبادل ده ولا لا؟ مش كل يوم هيبقى عندنا فرصه ان احنا نبدل نعمل كلاسز.
لا طبعا اتفضلوا.
في حاجات صغيره تتكلم. اوكي، لو اوكي هكون شاكره جدا ان احنا نتبادل، ان احنا نتعلم من بعض. كل فصل من فصول العرض لا في فكره
مع الاحتفاظ بحقوق الملكيه فكريا.
اكيد. لا اكيد. لا هو في حاله من الابداع قويه جدا يعني ما بين المهارات، مش بس العرض وكمان الافكار وازاي نعرض الانشطه. انا كنت حابه لو احنا نتبادل ده، ان احنا يبقى عندنا كلنا في الاخر ماده علميه متكامله. يعني احنا عندنا مدرسه كامله بكل مراحلها التعليميه كده يا جماعه.
بس انا
اوكي تمام، يبقى خلاص لازم هنبعت على الواتساب جروب
بس الواحد يقرا قد ايه بقى؟
بس احنا هناخد بيك اجازه، ممكن نبقى نتسلى يعني ناخد فكره. هو البرزنتنج هيخلينا نرجع للاصل، يعني احنا هنشوف اول طبعا البرزنتنج الاول، وهنتفرج بعد كده ندخل المانيوال بوك الاول بعد كده. بس بجد انا شايفه يعني ثانك يو على الفرصه ان احنا يبقى عندنا اكتيفيتي زي ده.
ثانك يو فيري ماتش. طيب حد
بس يا حبيبي قلت لا انا عندي سيشن، اتفضل امشي روح العب مع اخوك في اوضته.
طيب مي انت بتكلمينا برضه في نفس الوقت.
سوري.
لا اوكي. حد عايز
حاجتهم يا مي
او يسال جروب اسئله؟
اي اسئله احنا معاكم.
فيدباك او اسئله قبل ما تناموا يلا.
ننام. احنا بنبتدي انا عايزه اقول لك احنا بنبتدي الميتنج 10 و11 ما يعني بقى كده سهرانين ونفضل نبعت لبعض كده للصبح وحاجات غريبه. بصراحه ميرسي جدا مستر اسامه دورك كنت واخده. ميرسي مس داليا دايما بنقعد على الخاص ونقعد نتكلم. ميرسي لكم يا جماعه.
مس مشيره حبيبتي يا مس مشيره والله يعني محرك. انت محرك السهر. ضربتي الرقم القياسي في السهر. مش عارفاني بنام بدري.
دي حقيقه مفاجاه، كانت مس داليا بتنام بدري جدا. ربنا يديكم الصحه جميعا.
ربنا يخليكم.
هم مكتفين بذاتهم يعني، بس حد عايز يقول لهم حاجه؟
اللي عايز يقول يا جماعه قولوا والله عادي. احنا
يا جماعه
الناس اتفضلوا حبايبي.
عارفه لو بنخاف ننتقد غير
نامت خلاص. هي نامت خلاص.
انا خلاص بدخل بنزل. بنزل.
ايوه داليا وين عليكي هتنامي؟ لا لسه استنينا بس 10 دقايق ربع ساعه كده.
حبيت اوريكم الابداع يعني.
We are waiting for your feedback.
ما هو ده.
بس عندكم فيدباك او اسئله لاخر الجروب؟
هم غطوا كل حاجة يعني ايه في آخر برزنتيشن ده، يعني يعتبر كل الحاجات اتقالت تاني وكان جميل جدا، فتسلم ايديهم يعني.
ميرسي
يا حبيبي.
طيب لو مش حد حابب يقول حاجة I would like to thank you all very very much. واضح قوي المجهود، وواضح ان انا هيجيلي حاجات كبيرة ومجعلصة وطويلة، وربنا يسلم
صححي بقى
ويديني الصحة كده اقراها واديكم فيدباك.
يا رب يا رب.
I'm going to send you my feedback. فمش هقوله يعني دلوقتي. I will send it individually to each group. واكيد خدتوا بالكم كل شويه كنت بكتب كده. بس thank you all. It really seems like you put a lot of effort. وكالعاده انا بنبهر لما بتعملوا presentations، بحس there's a lot of effort and يعني سواء في الطريقه in which you present او في الكونتنت نفسه. كل الكونتنت shows a lot of research و thought و I'm very interested to see كمان تحليلكم علاقة الحاجات بالثيوريز، واشمعنى الجدول شكله كده هنا وشكله هنا كده. I love the diversity in the ideas وزي ما مشيرة أكدت بقى please share together. It will be أكيد beneficial for all of you. already we're sharing a lot of websites وtools والموضوع التكنولوجيا مصحصح. I would like to thank you all for all your efforts في الكلاس. I'm very يعني honored to meet you all وإن احنا اشتغلنا مع بعض في الكورس ده. I will see you بقى in the next course. وبعد كده هسيبكم في حالكم إن شاء الله. التانيين. آخر حاجة عايزة أقولها بس هو إنه الناس كانت بتسأل على موضوع reflection اللي في آخر week. It's not a reflection paper, it's just a reflection على الكورس. I want you to just write your answers أو يعني رأيكم في رأيكم في الكورس بس answering the questions اللي موجودة اللي هي what was an aha moment, what was most challenging moment, a key concept or skill you have learned, something you want to dig deeper into, and what would you like to experiment or try in your class. فبس just your ideas about this given بقى كل اللي احنا اتعلمناه مع بعض او عشناه مع بعض. ف I want to say كمان يعني mention moments مع الجروب بتاعكم moments of discussion على الواتساب whatever يعني doesn't have to be بس moments in our discussions أو in the content بس ممكن تكون حاجات متنوعة. And just share it in the discussion board. فما فيش number of words وما فيش إلزام. It's just a reflection. It's important to reflect on your learning journey. وأنا كمان مهتمة أعرف يعني reflections بتاعتكم.
آخرها إمتى؟ هو الموديل هيقفل معانا ولا مكمل؟
ما انا قلت لكم بقى انا مش عارفه الموضوع ده لاني اول مره استخدم موديل بس يعني حاولوا يبقى اخرها مثلا اخر الويك اند. انا غالبا يعني اما في الويك اند يا اما اول الاسبوع اللي جاي هكون بفاينلايز الجريدنج وبحطه على الويب سايت وكده. ف just try to do it يعني as soon as possible. وخدوا بريك عشان كورس مش قليل هو دسم شويه and it has lots of concepts and we're going back to go to integration. ف take a break كده عشان ترجعوا بقى فريش ال 503 بس الحمد لله 503 مش هيبقى intensive فهنبقى عادي بقى ماشيين ببيس بطيئه وناخد وقتنا في الهضم وفي التفكير وفي الاساينمنتس ان شاء الله تبقى تجربه مختلفه.
طيب الديدلاين بتاع الريبورت بتاع الفاينل بروجكت اخر ميعاد لتسليمه امتى؟
برضو I would say maximum الويك اند او يوم الاحد عشان please give me time ان انا الحق احط لكم الجريدز. انا بيتهيألي ان my time frame for the grades ends عشان برضو بيبقى فيه الويب سايت. انتوا عارفين انا بحط الجريدز بتاعتكم على نفس الويب سايت اللي انتوا بتسجلوا عليه عشان الريكورد بتاعكم واحد. فاعتقد ان انا اصلا التايم فريم بتاعي هو لحد ماكسيمم لازم احط الجريدز. ف if you can put it Saturday بكتير عشان الحق اخلص يوم الاحد او يوم الاحد غالبا ما عنديش اوبشنز ثانيه يعني. ف please put it as
الله في عونك. كان الله في عونك يعني احنا هناخد نفسنا وانتي بقى تقعدي تذاكري وتشوفي كل الحاجات اللي احنا عملناها بعتناها دي. ربنا معاكي.
Thank you. ف thank you very much. مش عايزة أطول عليكم على كده احنا already مطولين بس ممكن بس كده في النهاية كل حد يقول كلمة بتعبر عن حاجة ليها علاقة بالكورس، حاجة حساسة دلوقتي بعد البرزنتيشنز، كلمة واحدة ممكن نكتبها حتى في الشات.
أنا حاسة إن إحنا أنجزنا حاجة وعملنا حاجة كويسة يعني إحنا خدنا ستيبس وأنجزنا أول كورس فالحمد لله إن إحنا خلصنا.
أنا هقولك حاجة في عبارة بكتبها في دفتر التحضير بتاعي كلمة البريتن راسل اسمها أنا لست معلمك أنا رفيقك على الدرب. أنا أول مرة أحس إن أنا معايا رفيق على درب ودرب بقى اكتشاف مش حاجة كده منزلة لي منهج كده وبتاع لا أنت خليتيني أكتشف حاجات وادور على حاجات وحاجات فيا وفي الحاجات اللي حواليا يعني احنا بنشتغل ممكن الحاجات دي عادي، بس لا ليها طعم احلى المره دي. ف thank you.
انا عايزه اقول ثانك يو، بس احنا تعبناكي قوي and thank you.
ثانك يو، انتوا اللي تعبتوا والله انا.
عايزة أقول كلمة انثيوسيازم بجد، يعني ألهبت حماسنا، وحضرتك طبعا أكيد دكتور.
motivating.
موتيفيتد، حلوه قوي دي مهمه عشان بدايه الدراسه اللي حكينا عليها دي. رانيا كاتبه برضو huge ideas. well done everyone.
انا هقول congratulations ان احنا
أيوة.
خلصنا اول كورس.
ايوه ممكن
ان شاء
نعمل
الله على خير بقى.
مبروك فعلا خلصتوا اول كورس يا جماعه، ان شاء الله فضل 5.
ثالث.
ايوه
انت نهايته امتى؟ انت نهايه الكورس الدبلومه امتى؟ النهايه انا عايز اتذكر بس. النهايه
نهايه ايه؟ العالم؟
نهايه الدبلومه. نهايه
الكورس على بعضه كله على بعضه.
كلها على بعضها؟
لا الدبلومه
الدبلومه كلها.
على حسب انتوا بتاخدوا كورس ولا كورسين في الترم، ويعني بتبقى different. It differs according to your pace. يعني على حسب انت بتاخد قد ايه، بتخلص اسرع او بتخلص ابطأ.
طب اللي هو ال 503 دوت
هنخلص اخر 2021، لان احنا اتبعت لنا ان احنا مش هينفع ناخد موديول واحد بير ترم عشان ده اول مره اونلاين. فاحنا هنخلص 501 ناخد بعديه 503 بعد كده 502 هناخدهم بالترتيب، واخر واحد هيخلص على اخر 2021. كان في الميل، هبقى ادور عليه وابعت لكم سكرين شوت.
هو احنا المفروض نبدأ 503 امتى؟
طب قولوا الاول الكلمه وبعد كده بتكلموا بقى في 503.
اول الكلمه.
انا عايزه اقول
مش عايزه تفرح.
انا عايزه اقول ثانك يو دكتور شيرين، ثانك يو اور بليكس. بصراحه كان كورس جميل جدا جدا ومفيد جدا جدا واتراكتيف بصراحه، وفي ايفورت كبير من كلنا يعني الحمد لله.
انا عايزه اقول بس مش عارفه اقول حاجه بجد. مش عارفه اقول يعني مش عارفه اقول يعني كلمه ازاي تعبر عن مثلا ان انا فرحانه جدا ان انا فكرت بشكل مختلف. حاسه ان انا بفكر بشكل مختلف عن عادتي زمان. مش عارفه اقول مثلا ثانك يو ليكي ولا ثانك يو لزمايلي كلهم. يعني بجد مشاعر كتير كتير كتير، مش عارفه اقول كلام كتير، بس انا بحبكم كلكم جدا جدا، اتعلمت منكم كلكم جدا جدا. فرحانه ان انا معاكم، فرحانه ان انا هكمل، رغم ان انا برضو عماله ابص امتى هخلص من اللود ده. بس في لحظه حسيت لما انت بتقولي لي كلمه مش عارفه، حسيت كأن احنا بنودع بعض، فقلت لا انا عايزه اكمل سنه مش مشكله، ايفورت اوكي، بس لا مش عايزه اسيب المجموعه دي، مش عايزه اسيب مجموعه المعلومات الكتير. ساعات كتير وانا بدخل كل ويك بشوف اكسترا انفورميشن او حاجات زي كده، بقول امتى هجيب وقت اشوف كل ده، امتى؟ حاجات كتيره جدا جدا قريت منها شويه وفي لسه كتير عشان اخلصه. فهو حاسه ان هو اكتر من مجرد سنه، فانا هعيش معاكم حتى بعد ما يخلص الدبلومه، هعيش الذكريات دي على ما اخلص القرايه كتير. اتمنى فعلا ان انا اكون سايبه حاجه جميله عند كل حد زي ما انتوا كده سايبين عندي حاجه جميله. وبشكرك بالخصوص يا مس شيرين جدا. برضو اتعلمت من اسلوبك كتير بخلاف الدبلومه نفسها. اتمنى لك كل خير صراحه. اوكي
ثانك يو. نجوى كنت عايزه تقولي حاجه؟ ترفع ايدك ولا ايه؟
عايزه اقول ان انا بشكر حضرتك اولا، وبشكر كل الجروبس. you were awesome بجد، يعني قدمتوا حاجه حلوه جدا. انا اشتغلت تقريبا مع معظم الناس ما عدا حد او اتنين ما اشتغلتش معاهم، بس كل الناس كانت متعاونة وتعلمنا من بعض حاجات حلوة، وإن شاء الله اللي جاي بإذن الله يكون أحسن، ونقدر نحقق اللي نفسنا فيه، ونخرج من الدبلومة دي بحاجة كويسة، وبعلاقات إن شاء الله سوشيال كده تكون مستمرة إن شاء الله حتى لو بعد الدبلومة. ومبسوطة إن حضرتك كمان الانستراكتور بتاعنا في الموديول اللي جاي إن شاء الله. شكرا لكم كلكم.
طيب مي ونهاد عايزين تقولوا؟ في ناس كتبت
أنا I'm feeling inspired ومش عارفة أتكلم لأن مسارعة التيران بدأت. مش عارفة أتكلم. الحمد لله إن عملنا presentation في أول 5 minutes. But thank you so much. البلاتفورمز اللي اشتغلنا بيها بحاول أشتغلها مع students بتوعي. مبسوطة بيها قوي ونفسي فعلا أطبق اللي اتعلمته ريل بقى، وإن الولاد يتبسطوا ويتعلموا مش يضيعوا وقت ويحترموا فكرة الأكتيفيتيز، لأن هم الصراحة ساعات مش بيبقوا فاهمينها قوي. و thank you so much for you all. اتبسطت قوي مع الجروب بتاعي، كل الجروبس اللي عديت معاها، وفي جروب عاش معايا فترة حلوة. thank you so much ليهم كلهم، و thank you for you. أتمنى أشوفكم إن شاء الله الموديول اللي جاي.
Thank you نهاد وبالتوفيق. مي حابة تقولي حاجة؟
كنت الكلمة اللي جات لي successful. ال online learning can be successful.
Yes. ربنا يوفقنا كلنا كده في اللقطة اللي جاية دي.
يا رب.
ابتديتوا فيعني يوفق كل الناس اللي ابتدت واللي هتبتدي. Thank you very much. تصبحوا على خير. ريحوا بقى يعني سبميت الريبورت وريحوا بقى شوية.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.